All right, well, welcome to our video / podcast thingamajig that we're doing. Yeah. This is it. I've been trying to do podcasts for a while. I did one.
You did one.
Back in Tucson. Had fun with that with the guys.
That's how you did it.
Guys at work. It's called Choose One.
Now put your plug in.
It's called the Choose One podcast. We talked about random stuff. And yeah. I moved. Got a new job. Left. And now I have no friends.
You have one friend.
You. You're like built in though.
I don't count.
No, you're my bestie. But
I'm not like a bro though.
you're my dog, man.
No. No.
Why not?
Well, I can't. I don't have friends either. You have friends.
Work acquaintances.
No, you have Tony and...
And then you have Tony and John and them.
Not like you do. I don't go gambling with them in Vegas and...
Hang out.
Yeah.
Alright, well. It's January 2nd. And I wanted to buy podcast stuff. I had all these mics, everything. I've had it for years. I bought some wireless mics. Didn't work out. I'm a little upset about it. But we're not in it for the fame and the money, and I just want to do this. So we're gonna do it.
Because we enjoy it.
Yeah, I want to do something I enjoy. I think that's pretty solid when it comes to making
I think you deserve it
New
after
Year's
2020.
resolutions, right?
We can talk about that. Let's talk about our 2020s.
I don't know. I want to.
Because your 2020 was different than my 2020.
COVID.
Because you lived half of the year not with us.
I know, right? Not because we had problems or nothing, but
I was going to assume we had problems.
I don't know. Some people don't know our situation that might see this.
Well, tell them your situation.
So I was doing the podcast in Tucson. I was selling solar panels with the guys.
The guys.
I graduated and got a job with the company. I moved to Indiana for 6 months. You guys left to go live with my parents in Kansas.
About 8 hours away.
Yep. And then we ended up here in Oregon. Good old Salem. And now we're just here alone with our kids. No friends.
I have some friends in the ward.
Yeah, okay.
In our church.
Good for you.
That I've met. That's because I hold a calling in my church.
So, the idea for the podcast, this is what we got. Obviously, it's going to be a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do a couple things. But the inspiration, so we wanted to talk about movies. Because I like movies. I like movies a lot. Our friends, Tony and John.
And John?
Like movies, of course.
Oh, I thought. Does John watch a lot of movies?
Yeah.
Like pre-2000?
Okay, so that's the thing. So we have a friend who refuses to watch any movie before 2000, for the year 2000. So, which we feel is an issue because there's a lot of
That's where the classics come from.
Classics. And his whole thing, he's a couple years younger than us, and maybe his whole thing, and like the thing for the younger generation is like, there's no respect. There's no respect for the no respect.
The Godfather reference.
Yeah, there's the Rodney.
Godfather's one.
No respect.
I was thinking about all the movies, and Godfather's one.
Yeah,
it's a classic.
We did make him watch that. I don't think he was into it.
Well, which one did you watch?
The Godfather, the original.
The first one?
Yeah. Anyway, so our plan is we're gonna watch pre-2000 movies. We're not necessarily gonna talk about them and like all the background stuff. There's plenty of podcasts out there that do that now. We're just legit gonna have a conversation about why our friends should watch them, or why you, any listeners, should watch them if you haven't seen them already.
Which you should have.
Right, because they're classics.
I don't think like dates should make like you shouldn't be like I don't watch that movie because it's made before a certain date. That doesn't make any sense.
Right. Yeah. Yes, we're gonna do that. We might do some table reads, reading some scripts from older movies just for funsies. And
Still figuring that out.
we're still figuring it out. We just spent like almost 2 hours doing like setting up the mics and doing sound, everything. It was really annoying. Like I said, I got the wireless mics.
Our sound check.
And I tried out the wireless mics yesterday, and there was no clicking, there's no vibrations, there's no feedback. And then I set it up today, and now I got all of that. So that's pretty frustrating. But we got some good mics, decent mics.
I'm sure anybody who does like sound checks knows what you're talking about, though.
Yeah. And all my equipment's, podcast on a budget, but it works. I hope we sound good.
We're in our dining room.
We're in the dining room,
Or
kitchen. It's not really a dining room. What would we call
that's
it?
a dining room. What else would it be?
I always thought dining rooms would be like a separate from,
Separate. Not when you live in an apartment.
or like the kitchen. No, the kitchenette. That's not
This is like
kitchenette. What's the?
an area that, I mean, where else would you put the table?
This is the designated corner for
Yeah. If you have common
eating purposes.
sense, you know where to put the table in an apartment.
But what I call the
And
dining
that's the
room.
dining room. Yeah.
I don't know. All right, dining room. Okay.
There's an open floor plan for a kitchen and dining room.
Literally, like 3 feet that way is our kitchen.
If that, yeah.
If that. And like 3 feet that way is the living room, which is big.
No, it's a good sized apartment.
Not that we're flexing or anything, but it's a decent sized living room.
Flex.
So isn't there's like a, because I know there's like a difference between a family room and a living room. Isn't there a difference between dining room and
What?
table?
What we have?
Room?
Well, there's like breakfast nook, or like dining room and formal dining room.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Like, I think a formal dining room would be like a big. That's what I'm thinking. Like, its own separate room. But like a dining room is more casual.
What do I know? I deserve to live in an apartment because I don't know those things. Yeah, so we tried to watch a movie. We watched Mrs. Doubtfire. That's going to be our first recommendation for our friend to watch. And for you guys that haven't seen it, it's fantastic. Robin Williams.
Who hasn't seen that though?
Surprisingly, I think a lot of people haven't seen it. So,
Like, we looked it up last night. It won a lot of awards and stuff.
yeah, won awards. It was nominated for a lot. Let's see. Mrs. Doubtfire, 1993, Robin Williams. Who else was in it? What's her name? See, no, I'm
I mean,
embarrassed.
the makeup and the costumes are
Yeah, it won
spot on 90s.
an Academy or an Oscar for Best Makeup, obviously, for what they did to Robin Williams. It was awesome. Sally Field is in the movie.
It's just sad that we even have to like
Pierce Brosnan.
tell
Brosnan?
people the plot or anything like that. 'Cause
Yeah, we're not going to do that. I mean, I guess we could, right? I mean,
well,
Robin
yeah,
Williams dresses up like a
their nanny.
like a nanny, like a 60-year-old woman.
Because he's getting a divorce and
Wants to be around his kids more.
yeah, and his wife. The thing for me is I think he had like a mental health issue because he was way too obsessed with those kids.
Yeah.
He could have waited because it was the period that Mrs. Doubtfire came about to when he got found out was only like a month.
Yeah, it happened pretty quick.
And if he had
From
just been
divorce
like,
to obsessive, weird.
if he had just like been normal and like waited that month and like got a permanent job like he was supposed to, he could have seen his kids like normally. But instead he like went crazy and dressed up like an old woman.
But it works. It's hilarious, right? I mean, it's
It is funny.
It's heartwarming. It's a good, because 80s, 90s, that's got to be peak divorce time for people.
That was like the time when people would get divorced. They wouldn't go to like therapy or anything. That wasn't like a thing yet. So people would just get divorced. They wouldn't go to therapy first, and then like
men were also getting the shaft on that. There's no like
men a lot were like not given
so
visitation rights for their kids.
It was just a nice, heartwarming 90s take on family and like being a good dad, even though we kind of agree it was kind of a psycho.
It's kind of like, hey, women, stop pushing your husbands out of the picture just because you're divorcing them type movie.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he was kind of a bum and a kind of a jerk. And they touch on all that, but...
Do you remember how it ends, though? Because you weren't there for the ending.
They get back together, right?
No. No, they don't get back together.
Dang it.
No.
We were watching it earlier today, and I went and took a nap instead.
No. They don't get back together.
Okay.
But it is kind of a weird ending because the judge decides to
split custody or what?
No, it's like he gets like, oh no, I can't remember. It's like once a week he gets to see them or something. Only like supervised. Mm-hmm. And then
does Sally Field get together with Pierce Brosnan?
Probably. Honestly, like, good for her though.
All right. I mean, Robin Williams is a comedic genius, but Pierce Brosnan, I mean,
he's smoking in that movie.
Come on. But you know what? I was actually thinking while we were watching it, is I've seen him in some recent stuff, and I think he's way better looking now than he was. Yeah.
Got better with age?
He really aged well. Yeah.
I haven't seen him now. Look him up. Sorry. He's pretty smoking in that movie, but also like he's like a good guy too. He's not like the typical like step.
I mean, he's definitely got some. Yeah. He's definitely got some age to him, but like he's look at that silver fox.
He's a pretty good looking guy.
Look at this one. Ooh, baby. Yeah,
he's even like, yeah, I love their kids. Like, I never thought that there's a scene where he's at the bar and he's like, I never thought that I'd want kids, but I'm crazy about these kids. He's not like, has like a secret agenda like step parents usually do in movies, but I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, no. The ending. So he, you distracted me with the hot guy. He gets the job as the television personality.
That's right.
Yeah, and then
doing the dinosaur show.
Yeah, and then like the kids figure it out and they watch him every day or something. So the wife goes down to the studio and they get into like an argument or something. He's like, you took my kids and all this stuff, and I think she gets taken aback because he's actually being serious about something for once, and then like she like works it out. She works it out with the courts
and stuff.
That
she eases up.
He can like take them after school. Like he's Mrs. Doubtfire basically now. But like all they said was like, I worked it out. It's like, how does she? You can't just like work those things out.
Yeah, I don't know. People work out.
Because it was a judge. And it takes longer than like, oh, I've changed my mind. I actually want them. I want him around my kids. Like, that's not how it works, but whatever.
Yeah. All right, so do you guys get all that?
Who cares?
We're kind of all over the map. That's all right. Whatever. We're figuring it out. Listen, whoever's watching this, Tony better be watching, our friend. You need to go see this movie because it's Robin Williams. He's a genius in this movie.
He's a really great actor.
Comedic genius.
Anything he does.
Legend.
Like you believe that he is that character.
Yeah, absolutely. You absolutely disappear. Like you lose track of Robin Williams as he turns into Mrs. Doubtfire. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, he breaks the Mrs. Doubtfire character all the time for a comedic effect, and it's awesome.
But just like Robin Williams himself is just, he's a really good actor.
Yeah, obviously. I
He
mean,
deserves all the awards he ever got.
yeah, legend. So that's going to be our first recommendation for the first week here. With our first pick. I don't know what else we got coming up. We had some other ones.
I want to watch Remember the Titans. That's a really good one.
Is that pre-2000? I don't think it...
It is, isn't it? It has to be.
Okay, it's 2000.
What does
So
that
I guess we'll have to
count?
redefine.
Was it 2000 and below, or is it...
I was thinking 1999. Yeah.
Dang it, because that's a really good movie. And that has really good, like, famous actors now. Like...
And Ryan Gosling. That Dreamboat.
Mm-hmm. And I know him as Turk from Scrubs. But what's his name?
I don't know the actor's name, no. But yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Whatever happened to Sunshine? Who's that?
I don't know if that was anyone.
Anybody famous? He was pretty cute in that movie.
he's an
From what I
actor.
remember.
Oh my gosh. Should I grow my hair out? And
No. Nope.
I wanted to do like a bunch of like 80s action movies.
Oh yeah.
Because like I feel like the 80s bleeding into the 90s was like peak action movie time.
It's true.
And like...
Wasn't that when they were trying to, like, when they defined rated R too?
Yeah, I think about that time, yeah.
Yeah.
But like all action movies today are like, in my opinion, are taking from the 80s and 90s and from those action stars.
Oh, of course.
And which is kind of the purpose why we want Tony to watch these movies before 2000 to see the inspiration that there is.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna watch some westerns. I like westerns. It'd be kind of rough for Nikki.
We'll be watching like Breakfast at Tiffany's for me. Though.
I do want to see Breakfast at Tiffany.
It's a classic.
16
Candles.
Okay.
I want to watch that one. Breakfast Club.
Breakfast. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Pretty Woman. That's like my favorite movie.
That's a
That's
great
like my
rom-com.
go-to girls' night movie. It's Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
Even though it's about a prostitute.
Yeah, it's all right. People make bad choices, right?
Then as I've gotten older, I've noticed that like I don't want her to end up with the guy at the end. But
Let's see. And then I wanted to watch
make good choices.
some movies from the 90s, but we're going to be all over the place. Obviously, any movie made before 2000 is a huge range of
There's so
options.
many. Yeah. There's so many options. There's so many good things. And like you said, like the movies from back in the day, they've been built off of
I mean, yeah,
to make the movies of
inspired
today.
filmmakers today, yeah. Absolutely.
You just burp.
Yeah. All right, yeah. I burped. Big deal. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. So that's kind of what our plan is. That's good. Like I said, we got some kinks to work out. Obviously, we'll try and do audio and visual. We got the GoPro over there. And we'll see how my editing skills go. And yeah, anything else?
I don't know.
No.
Maybe we'll start earlier next time too.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, it's not too late. I mean, it's like almost 11. They don't know what time it is.
I know. I'm just saying.
We're learning. We're learning how to podcast. Yeah, we'll have some fun. Like I said, we'll have some segments. Like I said, like I want to do read some dialogue, read some scripts, and have fun with that, and be goofy.
Why didn't we do that? Because we couldn't find them.
Yeah, this is all we're just all coming together pretty quick.
I want to do where you read the script and then you try to guess what I'm reading.
What movie?
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
Pre-2000.
I was thinking we could read a script, like a scene from the movie that we are talking about that week.
Oh. We could do both.
Or both. Whatevs. We'll work it out. I mean, we're gonna do this for fun,
and
we're
not
gonna
care
enjoy
about
it.
anything else.
Yeah. I don't care if anyone's listening. We hope people listen, but it's kind of the purpose of recording ourselves. But
Otherwise, we would have just been sitting on the couch having this conversation.
yeah, because we have no friends.
But each other. We have each other.
We have each other.
Yeah, COVID.
Ooh.
Because that's the reason I have no friends.
Is that why?
Yeah, because thanks. In Arizona, I had like a mommy group and stuff. Although they kind of ditched me.
Wow. Debbie Downer over here.
No, but if there was no COVID, I would be in a mommy group, probably on Facebook.
Okay.
Meeting at Starbucks.
It's
I
good,
also have a job.
good stuff. What should
Personal
be
trainer.
Hey, finger
Hit me
guns.
up.
Finger guns.
If you want to be fit, 2021. I'm your hookup.
What's our next movie? Let me give people a little teaser for.
Well, do you want to have them like vote on it?
Well, I mean, this is episode 1. No one knows about us, so
Well, Tony will listen, right?
doubt it.
No, you will.
Let's watch.
Alien. You watched Alien the other
We
night.
watched Aliens. Aliens, first of all.
Aliens.
The sequel last night. Most of it. Great movie. Really enjoyed it.
Are we gonna ruin things for?
No, we can't. See, that's the thing. Also, before 2000, we don't
If you-
even have
if
to
you-
give. We can't. We're not going to give spoiler alerts because it's been around since
You should have watched it.
30, 20, 20 years now. You've had 20 years or more because we're going to be watching movies from way back in the day to see it. So,
Yeah, but since they've been alive.
and we're not going to go into like super big detail. Pretty Woman. This is just movies from the 90s. Dances with Wolves.
I've never seen that all the way through. Who's seen that all the way through?
That's
though?
a long movie.
How long is it?
I think it's around 3 hours. Fight Club. Ooh.
Oh, I've never seen that.
I think that's like almost.
That's a classic, though.
I want to see that. Big Lebowski.
I've seen that.
Yeah, we watched that.
Yeah.
That's it. I love that. It's a cult
That is
classic.
a good movie.
Good Will Hunting, Pulp Fiction,
Good Will Hunting is good.
Braveheart. I mean, that's just the 90s right there. Some great movies from the 90s. All right, cool. So let's wrap this up.
Which movie do you wanna watch next then? My vote is Pretty Woman, of course, because it's like my favorite movie, or Good Will Hunting.
Let's go Breakfast at Tiffany. and I only say that because I don't want to watch. I feel like I just watched Pretty Woman. I didn't, but I just feel like.
I don't even remember the last time I watched it. Probably when I was living in Kansas last year,
Yeah.
last summer.
But I've never seen Breakfast at Tiffany.
You've never seen it all the way through, huh?
Well, never seen it.
Not at all?
Never.
I thought we watched like half of it once.
No, not me.
Dang. It's a good movie.
Yeah. So all right, we'll shoot for that for the next episode.
Are we doing these weekly?
Whatever.
Just whenever we want.
Whatever works for us, yeah. Weekly,
This is fun.
bi-weekly. Probably more than once a month.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I want to go a little more than that.
At least like once a week, I would say.
But because I got to sit and try and edit stuff, and while we're working full time.
You'll probably cut this out because we're talking about.
No. We'll probably keep most of it in.
What if one of us gets COVID? Drama.
Drama?
Yeah.
How is that drama?
Because then we'll be quarantined and doing a podcast.
Yeah, but we live a quarantine life already.
That's true.
We're so sad. Okay.
Everybody's sad right now. It's 2021 and we're still in a pandemic.
All right, so let's. We're gonna wrap it up. Thanks, guys, for listening. If you listened,
We don't care if you didn't.
this is like a rough draft. Okay, we'll get it together.
Maybe.
We got nothing else going on.
I mean, if people like listening to what we just...
I mean, we rambled a little bit.
I know, but
just want
rambling's
us to
not bad.
I want us to focus a little bit.
Rambling's not bad.
Yeah.
I like a good ramble.
Yeah. Okay.
You know who rambles a lot in their podcasts?
Like all of them.
Bert Kreischer.
Yeah, Bert Kreischer. We're big podcast people.
He's a rambler.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's got like, he's professional, so at least
He does like come back to the point, but
yeah. We're not that.
he's a storyteller though. So even when he's rambling, you're like into it
Yeah.
because he's good at storytelling.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. And
You know who's Bert Kreischer right now?
you.
Me. Wait. 15 minutes more. I gotta do for, 14 minutes. I gotta do this for 14 more minutes.
They have no idea what you're talking about, though.
Well, I'm really in Bert Kreischer then.
My favorite podcast of all time, Two Bears, One Cave. Check it out. That's what we're talking about.
Oh my gosh, it's funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
All the Your Mom's House stuff, fantastic.
I listen to Where Your Mom's At, which
Yep.
is under the same umbrella company podcast.
Your Mom's House Podcast Studios. Fantastic.
And it's
Check it out.
Christina P. I'm plugging her podcast in. to our
I
podcast.
just plugged Two Bears, One Cave. You might as well do the rest of them.
Even if you're not a mom, Where Your Mom's At is really funny.
Yeah, I agree. I like it. I might cut this, though.
That's fine. You can cut whatever you want. I won't be offended, I promise.
I have the power.
You do. Because you're the only one who can cut things. Because I can't cut things.
You can learn. You can figure it out. Okay, for real.
It's not my niche, though.
I'm wrapping it up right now. Okay. We'll be here next time and a little more organized. Awesome.
No, that's not a good out.
Well, what do you want me to say?
You don't call attention to...
What's our podcast called? That's the other thing. We'll have to get a name for our podcast. We're working on that as well.
It'll be a good one. Like, you have to be like...
Maybe.
Like... Alright, well, catch you next time. Hit us a like and a subscribe. And
Yeah,
we'll see you
that's
next week.
wow. That's good. Yes, like, subscribe, tell your friends, give us a listen, comment.
Because we're funny. Dang it.
We're gonna try.
I was going to cuss right then, but I chickened out. We're funny, dang it.
Okay.
Put that in your podcast.
And smoke it. Bye.